thought that might be a buck. It was running by itself, but I don't think so now. I think it's a doe. Yep, it's a doe. Here comes 3 more after her. 2 more. The dinner bell's fixing to ring for these dearies. They're starting to lose their gray coat and turning it in for a red coat. Oh, look, you can see the old redbud tree blooming. That's how you know the white bass are running in some places. I think some of those redbuds got burnt back in that extra cold weather we had. There's another deer. Look like a doe. Headed back in the direction of the feeder. Where'd she go? I saw her. She's standing in the road. Oh, there goes another deer. That one's trying to get in front of me. Oh, there's another one. That's 3 and 3, 6 so far. They almost always go up and, oh, look, there's 3 of them. That's 3 and 3, 6, 9. Off or not. Oh, look at that. Look at that big group of pigs. There's a bunch of them. That group ski-daddled. There's a whole bunch of them there a minute ago. These old pastures are greening up so fast. Look at them, look at them. They're heading for cover. So we got a lake job to do tomorrow. That's good. I need to do something constructive. Keep my mind off of fishing. There's another redbud tree over there. I ought to go up to Fort Parker. Maybe that's what I should do at some point. Maybe Sunday. Good chance of rain on Sunday though. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, they'll be at that feeder as soon as I get back around here. They'll be at that feeder. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go up and reset my camera. For some reason, my sky point's not working. Hasn't been sending me any pictures all day. See that redbud tree? They're pretty. Pretty purple. There's usually some smaller ones, but I think they got burnt. Let's hit the river. Let's go some fishing at the river, do some fly fishing on the river. I got a few flies, a couple more in my hat, some spare tippet material, leader material, a bunch of damn flies I don't need but 3 or 4. My waders. Fire up the Ranger and hit the trail cow patty. Oh man, I know better than take that dog with me. Come on, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in the house, okay? Let's go in the house, come on. You go in the house. Take another dog with me too. I'll take all 3 of them, but I don't know where the cows are. Nose will chase cows, that's bad news. Come on, Lucky, come on. Alright, off we go. Off we go to the river. Just a short trip to the river. Hang on, we'll be there in a minute. Trees are finally starting to leaf out. Those hackberries come up first. Big bud over there someplace. Yeah, that's a hackberry. Here's the best indication that spring is here. See that red bud, those purple flowers on that little tree? They're really a very pretty tree too. Once they grow, they always grow along the edge, back in the woods sometimes. That's a good thing I didn't bring my dogs. They'd have gone crazy after the cows. The cows got calves, and that's a bad idea. Grass is coming up. Things are getting green. See the little green tinge on a lot of these trees. You can see a wild plum over there, that white blooms. Another red bud tree back there. I think some of these trees were actually starting to come out before, and then it snowed and we had that brutal cold weather. I think it knocked a lot of this stuff back, way back. Yeah, that's a good thing. Left the doggies at home. Those puppy dogs would chase those cows, and I cannot have that. Plus, my little dog in particular, man, I worry about him when I'm down here doing this stuff. He's gone with me a few times, but man, he wouldn't have a chance against a pig. And these pigs don't fear dogs at all. They fear humans. That stuff's coming up there. Haven't been back here since, I was running that feeder. Alright. So let's put this thing in all-wheel drive. I don't know how much water's in here, but it's a good idea not to get stuck. What you gotta love about these vehicles. Come down here with a four-wheel drive truck, you're just asking for trouble. Most of this stuff has no bottom to it. And if you know anything about four-wheel drive pickup trucks, they're heavy. And you know, I had a four-wheel drive truck, and I had an old Toyota Land Cruiser. Man, that thing would go over anything, through anything, except mud. I stuck that thing, oh my God, it was a nightmare getting it out. Cows are all over back here. I certainly haven't been back here since it snowed. What's that? Cows are back here. There's a lot of green back here. The landlord got back here and mowed. There goes the pigs. I just saw the pigs running back over there. I've been seeing them now. I've seen them 3 times, 4 times in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Went for a long time, never saw them. They changed their route. You know, they'll go wander different areas for a while, and then eventually they get back around. take a peek at the river here just to see what I'm dealing with. And we'll go ahead and take a look right over here. Oh, it looks pretty good. Let's just walk over here and take a look. Whoa, got sea legs already. All right, let's see what we're dealing with. I might come down here tomorrow with my kayak, especially if there turns out to be too much water. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. That's not too bad. That is a good bit of water though. That may be deeper than what I can wade. Work the edges. Someone's been peeling up some mud. It's probably an otter. Maybe a raccoon, I don't know. Yeah, not too bad. It's not as muddy as it could be. Let me tell you, this thing gets muddy. It gets very muddy. But that is a good flow. That's a little more water than what I'd like for wading. But that's just right for the kayaking. I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think I'm just going to bring my kayak down here. I thought about going up to Fort Parker, and I still might. But, you know, I've reached a point in life where I don't want to put a lot of effort into recreational time. If you know what I mean. Old J-Mo, he drives all over the damn place to go fishing, and I don't want to put that much effort in it anymore. I thought about going back down the A-wall, but I think that's a lost cause. I think that whole A-wall in Somerville this year is going to be a lost cause. There just ain't no white bass up there. Not enough water. All right, next stop, we're going to get out and fish. Okay. This is where I was thinking about starting. Oh yeah, there is a lot more water in here than what. I mean a lot more. That's 2 or 3 feet more water than what I've usually fished it at. I've been coming down here in the fall. And this particular year, this last fall, it's been dry. There's a whole lot. Oh wow, there's a lot more water in here. All right, well that changes things a lot. I'm not real sure I can do much with that from the bank. Yeah, you know, honestly, that's too much water. That's too much for me for a fly rod, because I you know, it when it's high like this, it doesn't allow me to define the areas that are deeper or shallower. Even though I know this right here is a deep seam, that changes things a lot. That changes a lot. This is kayaking, depth finder type water, where I would go look for deep holes and fish for crappie. Well, if nothing else, I satisfied my curiosity. Wonder where else I can go fishing. Oh, it is so peaceful back here. I just love this place. You know, honestly, if I was going to fish this, I would use jigs and spinner baits, not necessarily the fly rod. They must really be letting out some water out of limestone, because that's way more than what I expected. I mean, it hadn't rained much. Hasn't rained enough for anything to flood. Well, shoot. wonder if I'd have any luck looking for sheds. Probably not. I need to train my dogs to find sheds. Okay, well, we'll have to go with plan B. And I don't really know what that is. We'll just fish this one. We'll just fly fish this one. See if my flies work. I got some new flies to test, and it's real easy to fish here. You just walk or drive or get here and start fishing. What's better? No fuss, just fish. Try that one. Yeah, there's the first volunteer. Oh boy. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. I got quite a bit of brush around that dock. It's pretty much the only brush in here. Oh, I just missed what I think was a crappie. Oh, I got him this time. It's gonna be a bat. Well, I don't know, maybe that is a sunfish or a crappie. Oh, big sunfish. I love catching these big old sunfish. Look at this dude, man. Caught him on top of the head, too. Oh, these are wonderful big sunfish. Of the types of fish that we have in here, these big old sunnies, these are at the top end of their species. Look at that thing, it's huge. And my new fly, tied that last night. Let's see if it happens again. Got real close, didn't take it. It wasn't very big. There's another one chasing it. That just went right past one. There's a whole bunch of little bass. Oop, there he is. Oh, he didn't hang on. Look at that whopper. You like my fly, though. Fire up the bench and see if I can't come up with a new fly, a spinner fly of sorts. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do, but I got my old Dr. Pepper bottle, and these Dr. Pepper bottles are thicker plastic than just a plain old water bottle would be. I'm thinking about making the spinner blade out of that and then putting on a dark colored fly. And I think what's missing in my pond is the fact that most of my flies are not dark. They're very light colored. So I'm going to go dark and see what happens. Alright folks, let's get this show on the road. I've been using these number 6. I get these hooks, they're really inexpensive. It's like $2 a pack. From Green Caddis? Yeah, Green Caddis Outfitters. Actually, it's on the little label there. See that? You read that? Green Caddis Outfitters. Look them up on the web. They got good deals. This is item number 2312, the size 6. 25 hooks. Since I know what this part's supposed to be like, you know what, I'm going to do a real simple fly. Just a dark colored fly, because I don't think the fly is going to matter much. Alright, let's put this thing down here. Focus on the bench. Focus on the bench. Thread up the hook. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spinner and tag it to the back of this fly. I'll put some bead chain eyes on it. It's just a quick down and dirty fly. This is more about concept. Alright, where's my pliers? I got a mess. Where's my pliers? Where's my pliers? I need to cut this stuff. What the heck? Where'd my pliers go? Alright, let me find my pliers. One of the scariest things I face in life is the fact that I'm looking for my pliers and they are literally right in front of my face. I couldn't see them. That happens frighteningly too often. A few figure eights, build up a little bit. Let me find a dark feather or two. This will work. Just a simple feather. I'm going to tie it on here. Walk it back. Walk it back forward. Go ahead and palmer it. Oh man, that cheap old feather broke. Well, tie it back on there. Walk it back. This is really pretty straightforward standard stuff. If you've been fly tying for a while, you recognize these techniques. If you haven't, well, watch and learn. Alright, get that tied on, cut the excess off. Like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep all this back and latch all of it down. This is all just to give me a body and a short little tail. See how that looks? What do you think? Good angle? Alright, now I'm going to take, I've got some gold. Oh, where is it? It'll be right in front of my face too, and I won't see it. There it is. Like I said, right in front of my face. Got some of this stuff, gold colored, mostly clear, kind of yellow gold. We'll run a little bit of this on here. Run this back forward. Oh, let's see, and then we're just going to walk this up. Just some loose wraps. Walk it toward the front. Walk it toward the front. This is a rotating vise, but whatever. I'm not using it as one, in case you can't tell. This adds just a little bit of flash, but not a lot of color. Alright, to the head, around the eyes. Alright, and then we're going to take one of these, rotate this thing up on the side so I can get it. I'm going to take one of these and just have it sweep back over the back. It'll be, this thing should run hook up. That's the idea, is it runs hook up, so I need to make sure this latches down properly. Alright, we'll get a little more tilt, there we go. Alright, that looks good. The fly design isn't going to matter as much, and not for me today. But as you can see, now when this thing rides in the water, it'll ride hook up. That's how it's supposed to go. And now it's got a nice little profile to it. Kind of looks like the dorsal fin of a tiny sunfish. Alright, let me tighten this back up, finish off the thread head. And there is a very simple fly. Alright, now we're going to whip it. Whip it good. Devo. Those guys that wore the flower pots on their head. It's actually after my generation. Okay. There you go. Alright, there's the fly. All I really got time for is to test this fly. I don't have time to do the engineering on the blade. So, with that in mind, let's see what the fish think. I'm thinking it needs to be a darker color. What they're after in this pond is little sunfish. And I mean little sunfish. There are a whole bunch of little ones. I'm real surprised to see how many little ones there are. I mean, they must have been born last fall, but I sure wonder. Alright. Well, the way that wind's been blowing all day, coming out of the southeast, I guess. These fish, well, the water be warmer on this side. What happens, in case you don't know, is when the wind blows, like to this side of the pond, what happens is the water gets pushed to this side. It hits the bank and it goes back under. There's a constant current, a churning of the water, just like this. Wherever that wind's blowing, it hits that bank and it pushes down and it rides back underneath itself, just like a wave does. It's happening all the time. We see it when we come in and you know, treat a lake for muddy water. It's remarkable that you can start at one end of the lake. Hey, dog, get out of my, what the heck? There we go. You can start at one end of the lake with the wind blowing right in your face and start pushing that stuff out in the water, and next thing you know, it's coming up on the other side. Which, this lake is just like the one we just worked on, in that water is ultra clear. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this thing has a beautiful green color to it. You're actually seeing the bottom of the lake. That's the vegetation at the bottom of the lake. These things are so clear. Too clear, really. The algae's already starting to grow. That water primrose, but on that side over there, especially along that bank, there is a lot of algae coming up. All right, let me get busy fishing here. Just had my first fish take a whack at this thing. It's out there fairly deep too. I'm gonna have me a fish in a minute. I really do need to perfect that. Oh, I missed him. I had one pick it up. I felt him tap it. That wind noise is going to be horrible. This wind's blowing so hard I have to take advantage of it by fishing downwind. Lucky's running too much interference for me. Working that bank. That little dog, man. Oh, there he is. Oh, Lord, did you see that? That fish wasn't 3 inches long. Threw him off. There we go. Watch Lucky come hauling it. Look at him. Here he comes. This dog is nothing but trouble. Woo! Lucky, you're a nut. You are a nut, little dog. Honestly, the time of day, and I think I'm right about the fly, color-wise. It needs to be darker. This water is so clear. Anything that stands out, it's just not going to be natural looking. All right, let's get him back in the water. Another nice fish. Oh, there he is. And here comes Lucky. That fish stay down a little bit. Lucky, don't you go after that fish. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That dog's a nut, man. Where'd it go? Yeah, you little nut. Nice. Small enough that I can pick him up and keep him away from the dog. You're a nut, Lucky. You're a nut. Fishy, fishy. What do we got this time? What do we got? We got a crappie? Nope, we got a bass. Oh, Lucky's right there. Okay. Dragging this thing way behind me when this fish picked it up. Fishing directly into the wind is tough. There you go, Lucky, Lucky. You ready? Get it! Oh, we almost did. I wonder if anything's hanging out at the dock yet. Bet they are. Well, I did prove one thing. It needs to be a darker fly. They really liked, those bass really liked it. And I suspect crappie and white bass would do the same. Oh, Lordy. Oh, that's not so smooth coming directly across the pasture. I took the shortest route. Lucky's out there in front of me. That little dog's fast, man. He can run 20 some odd miles an hour. Alright, well, I don't know. Probably just go home and take it easy. See what the weather's gonna do.